Okay, so myself, Krishnamurthy Maya from PalC Networks, handling the technical marketing part. So I'll be co-presenting the session along with Gaurav Sharma, who is from the PLM team of EdgeCo Networks. So we have our R&D team who are primarily involved in SONiC related activities, POCs and research related work. Sandeep and Shiv Shankar also along with us. So yeah, maybe let's just get started, right? So the topic that we have chosen is SONiC beyond the data center. So all these while whenever we hear the word SONiC, it in some way or the other gets associated with the data center. So what we would like to touch upon is we want to talk about a couple of use cases that we have worked on, and primarily we feel that those are the ones which are also getting tractions in the market. So yeah, this is the overall agenda. So we'll do a just quick round trip about what SONiC. I'm not going to touch about what is SONiC, but it'll be a bit about why SONiC and SONiC market traction and two use cases, particularly disaggregated packet broker and how exactly were we able to fit in SONiC to a packet optical deployment. So that is the other use case that we are going to talk about. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just going to skip this maybe for the benefit of time, but you know the kind of benefits when it comes to our. Is there any? Somebody with I don't know, with the microphone. Is it with the microphone or something? Use this. Use this. Hello, it's fine. But okay, sure. Yeah. So the kind of benefits from going away from the vendor lock-in and the flexibility and customization that it gives the customer in implementing new solutions and thereby enabling faster time to market. Right. These are few of the major things. Definitely why you want to go ahead with SONiC, and I think this is one of the repetitive slide I saw in one of the previous presentation also. So one major thing that we want to highlight is we took up something which was very recent also, which was talking about $5 billion probability for 2026 when it comes to data center switching. Yeah, so this is one of the very interesting slide that I took from Dave Maltz from Microsoft. So if you see the kind of features, variety of features, and the volume of features that are getting added to SONiC year on year, right? So this was presented by Dave sometime last year. So now if you see the top arrow there or the top row there, right? So it's even though the concept and the evangelization started purely targeting the data center networks, it's not purely or it's not only meant for data networks rather. So whether it comes to powering the bare metal or powering any sort of AI ML based application generation or powering enterprises or even for powering edge, right? This is where definitely we can use SONiC as well. Okay, so now coming to the main topic, right? So when we say our topic was SONiC beyond the data center. So one of the first use case that we would like to talk about is the disaggregated packet broker, or what we call as a network packet broker. So now network packet broker is a software solution designed to optimize the network visibility and manage the network traffic within an enterprise or a data center deployment. So what does the solution actually do? So the solution makes the typical network security, monitoring, and performance analysis tools get access to right set of data at the right time. So what we are seeing here is, sorry. So what we are seeing here is these network packet brokers or the software solutions, right? They act as intermediary between the actual data centers and the network analytics or the security framework, wherein they intelligently filter the traffic, aggregate the traffic, and forward it on to the relevant tools. So now, what are the key functions that this packet broker is going to provide now? So one example is traffic aggregation. Now let's take a case. It won't be feasible for us every time to take a network monitoring tool and connect it to the actual box, right? So when we have network packet broker in between, it takes care of the job of collecting the data from all the networks or switches, aggregates it, and then sends it onto the monitoring tool. So thereby the redundant need for connecting multiple links directly from the boxes onto the monitoring tool, right? That gets avoided. And there's also intelligence related to packet filtering. So we can, with the packet broker software solution, we can actually put filters in the hardware to filter the traffic based on, let's say, source IP, destination IP, TCP, UDP ports, and some application specific information, right? So what are we going to achieve? The amount of volume of data that gets passed on to the monitoring tool, right? That gets controlled, and it gives the end user a perfect knob, what has to be passed down to the monitoring tool and what not. And along with that, the load balancing also. So let's take a case or instance of multiple network monitoring tools sitting, right? Now you can control the amount of data that actually goes to each of the monitoring tools. So by simple TMD or the lag framework sitting in the software there, you actually control how much amount of data goes to each of the network monitoring tools. So along with that, we have few of the other capabilities also, such as packet deduplication, packet truncation, etc., added onto this tool. So now, yeah, so this is the overall thing. And when it comes to end users, right, it directly affects them or serves them the purpose of, let's say, something in the area of forensics, something in the area of network security. And also in the area of, let's say, network performance management as well as application performance management, right? Consider the case where you want to measure the jitter or the latency associated with the network. So for all these set of things, this network packet broker can be used as an input. Now, what we have done is we have developed a software solution on top of Broadcom XGS boxes by EdgeCore vendor with SONiC as the base NOS. So that is one of the first use case that we wanted to mention about. So yeah, so the second most important use case that we wanted to touch upon was we use SONiC as a NOS for the packet optical deployment. So this NOS software, right, this runs on top of EdgeCore Cassini boxes. Now, I think most of you are aware, Cassini by EdgeCore network is one of the industry's first modular packet transponder. So basically, we developed a NOS which runs on Cassini boxes that serves the data center interconnect and as well as the long haul use cases. So what exactly this box does is, this box, right, this combines the benefits of packet switching world and the network world. So the work, if I have to, I think Gaurav is going to cover the specification of the box in detail, but to cover it in overall, right? The typical packet optical DWDM box, right? It has 100 gig packet switching interface and 100 and 200 gig coherent optical interfaces. So the idea behind this was this box, right? This box is a purpose-built box to allow the network operators to extend and migrate their existing, metro and long haul DWDM deployments to add new 200 gig capabilities to serve these two use cases, which are nothing but data center use case and metro backhaul use case. Okay, so now this is one of the slides that I've taken from the other famous open source community, which is called Telecom Infra Project. Now, if you see, there are multiple other project groups which are mentioned here. Now, the point that we were trying to highlight was this OOPNOS, or Open Optical Packet Transport Network Operating System. So the overall idea is, so the PalC was owning the co-chair position in this group in the Telecom Infra Project community, and that is where our initial trials or exercises of trying to fit in SONiC as a possible piece in the overall puzzle for developing a NOS for the packet optical deployment, right? That was started. Yeah, maybe I'll just let Gaurav.
Yeah, thanks Krishnamurthy for talking about the Cassini product.